Well, hello and good evening to all of you. Unfortunately, it appears that the weather hasn't quite read the script here. There has been a dreadful downpour from well before the moment the turnstiles opened, and there is considerable concern on the faces of the officials. We think it's going to be okay. Clearly, the pitch will be slippery. It'll be a challenge for those who have to officiate, never mind those who have to play. They know they are not going to be in for an easy game, but the crowd is all in, and the match, I'm delighted to be able to say, will go ahead. Estadio Dragão in Porto, distinctive in so many ways by comparison with its Lisbon rivals. A moment of great pride in the anthems. Got the juices flowing, and now this. Russia have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
So we're up and running. Golovin gets wrestled off the ball. Could move up a gear here. He's played him through. Going, has a hit! Jikia gets rid without sophistication. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Kudryashov. Jikia. And it's played forward. Chipped through. He's got options out wide. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Golovin. Ilicic plays it forward, dashing forward at pace. Plays it out to the flank. He's got away. Cut out in the nick of time. Golovin.
Well, they would seem to be trying to expose the centre of that defence to runners.
It makes for some terrific movement.
It does, and they may be hit on the break because obviously it requires numbers forward to stretch them out.
He's come loose. Well, that's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. A real chance to break. He's on his way. It's come. He's gone for it. Goal, Slovenia! And Slovenia lead. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, and all engineered, Peter, by some smart running and movement. That's already something to admire, but how about the pass? Just wonderful. Loved it.
Number 7.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Goes for goal! It's anyone's ball. Oh, that's a fine challenge. It's a very good battle there. Terrific to watch.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Zajc. Dzikia demonstrating fabulous determination. He just will not be beaten. Whistle's gone, that's foul. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Ilicic gets away from... and Ilicic! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So the team's still separated by 1 goal, but it should be very different. Where do you think we're up to after 45? And we're underway again.
Russia need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
And it's Zhirkov. Hit into the middle. He's gone for it! Oh, taken with style! Russia are all square!
I can give the keeper a little sympathy here because I think he might have been slightly unsighted. However, credit where it's due, it's still a fine finish from a tight spot.
The goal scorer for Russia after 50 minutes is number 20.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, get your seatbelts on because this is showing all the signs of another roller coaster ride.
Golovin. Juba. And here's Zhirkov. Zhirkov. Over it comes.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
That's not going to make it. Kudryashov. Zhirkov. And a shot! Goal! Russia! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Goal scorer for Russia after 62 minutes is number 22.
Time for a change in personnel.
Substitution for Russia, number 15.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Cuts it out. Hoists it forward. And here's the chance to counter. Ilicic. He's left his man. Hits one! And he nearly went all the way.
Josip Ilicic just might have got a little ahead of himself then. Maybe he had too much thinking time.
Substitution for Russia.
Russia making another change here. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away, and he's going to have his name taken. Disappointing effort, didn't even get past the wall. Over to the left.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Zhirkov. Zhirkov! He should have put that one away.
Zhirkov was totally aware of how that chance could have impacted on the game, and that should have gone in.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. No, ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Looking for space out wide.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Tries to switch the play. Forward it goes. Jikia positions himself well and cuts it out. It is just a question of running down the clock now. Juba. Zhirkov. Hits one! It's broken, and in again. In it goes! And with that goal comes comfort! Oblak reacted well to the initial effort, but couldn't get it right out of the danger area.
I doubt he'll score too many which come easier than that, Peter, but just look at his movement. He knew instinctively that the keeper would struggle to hold on to it.
Substitution for Russia.
We have got changes here.
Coming on to replace
And that's that. Russia have done it in dramatic fashion. A massive test of character, and they passed it with flying colours. A truly outstanding comeback by any measure. Well, how will we look back on that?
A tame first half when a turnaround wasn't looking good, and an excellent second when they found more than enough to do the job. Great comeback.
Well, that's it for tonight.